Hello everyone and welcome to August Tea Tasting Club. I can't believe it's August already. This year is absolutely flying by and we've got such an exciting box on the cards for you this month. This box is all themed around summer and the summer holidays, so we've got lots of exciting summer blends here for you to enjoy. So if you're new to Tea Tasting Club, you should know that there are 3 different boxes you can get. You can either get a Flavour Explorer box, a caffeine-free box or a gourmet box. Flavour Explorer box is for those people who want to try a little bit of everything, really get stuck into exploring new flavours and being a bit adventurous. Then we have the caffeine-free box, which is self-explanatory. It's for those people who want to just have caffeine-free teas and nothing else. And then the gourmet box is for those people that prefer a traditional tea. So they're often people who might enjoy a Great British Cuppa, an Earl Grey creme, that sort of thing. A builder's brew, can't go wrong. So in this session, we're going to be tasting one tea from each one of our boxes through August Tea Club subscription. So stick around to taste the teas with me and learn some fun recipes along the way. Let's start with the Flavour Explorer box. It really is so boiling today. I think it's going to be iced teas only in this session for you to enjoy the summer. So in our Flavour Explorer box, we have got our iconic Brighton Rock. We also have Edinburgh Rock and we also have Coco Cabana Cooler. So to kickstart, I'm going to show you how to make a cold brew tea using our Brighton Rock. So to make a cold brew tea, you're going to first things first need a cold brew bottle. We have got a variety of colours for you to choose from, so make sure to check those out. This is a really easy way to make gorgeous cold brew teas in the summer, perfect for these really warm days like today. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I like to cold brew Brighton Rock in coconut milk. You can cold brew any of our teas in our entire tea wall. They're great hot, they're great cold, it's up to you. It all depends on what liquid you use. So some of our teas work great with water, some of our teas work great with milk, some of them work great with lemonade. The options are completely endless. If you do buy a pouch of tea from us, then usually on the packet it'll tell you with or without milk as a recommendation or a guideline, but sometimes the rules are there to be broken as well, so it's all about experimentation and trying new things to find the perfect combo for you. So to use your cold brew bottle, they are just made of glass, but they are dishwasher friendly, so feel free to pop them in the dishwasher. And then we've got a silicone lid here, the lid that pops off the top like so, and we also have a strainer built on the inside, which you can just twist and take out if you want to. The strainer is super handy because it stops all those pesky tea leaves from falling out into your drink whilst you're pouring yourself a cold brew. So the difference between a cold brew and an iced tea, which you'll come to learn later in the video, is that cold brews need cold liquid and they need time to infuse rather than any sort of temperature. Whereas an iced tea, you brew the tea boiling hot and then you allow it to cool down. So there's a bit of a difference there. So I'm going to take one of our perfect teaspoons here and I'm going to put 4 to 6 teaspoons of tea into my cold brew bottle. I'm going to do 6 because I like to have a really strong cold brew. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this tea is so sweet as well. It's got the little sprinkles in there, little stars. It makes it super special. The smell is unbelievable of all 3 of these blends. So this is a new recipe for our Brighton Rock. We've changed it recently, so make sure you try the new developed flavour if you haven't already. So I've just popped 6 teaspoons of tea into my cold brew bottle, and at this point you could choose to top it up with water, sparkling water, you could use lemonade, you could use milk, whatever you fancy, whatever you think will go best with those flavour combinations. But personally, even though it might seem a little bit unusual when I tell you the ingredients for this one, I love this one with coconut milk. It's so unique and not something that I've tried before until having this what I'm about to make right now. So we have this on sample quite a lot in stores for you to try, so if you want to try it in store first, I'm sure that can be arranged if you just pop to your local store. So, there we go, fill it right to the top. And then after that, all you need to do is pop it in the fridge to infuse for 4+ hours. So it does take a bit longer, you need to plan ahead a little bit with these, but if you just get it into your routine, it's not an issue. So I'll either make mine first thing in the morning when I'm having my breakfast, so when I know when I get back from work, there'll be one in the fridge waiting for me. Or if I prefer to have my tea first thing in the morning, then I can make up a cold brew bottle whilst I'm making dinner, pop it in the fridge and just leave it overnight. I prefer just to leave mine overnight to infuse, just easier, and it stops the temptation to drink it too early if you're asleep as well. And then I'll just drink it first thing in the morning. You can already see it's starting to change colour. It's becoming a slightly more pinky colour there. So let me talk you through the ingredients. So in our Brighton Rock, this is a herbal tea first of all, so it's naturally caffeine free. Anything with a pink, orange or red label is naturally caffeine free on our tea wall. So pink is herbal, orange is fruit and red is rooibos. Great, so in our Brighton Rock we have apple pieces, rose hip, peppermint, beetroot, and it's got the little sprinkles like I said, very cute. And it also has some cornflowers as well. So it's actually quite a simple recipe, even though all the pieces, when they put them together, look really vibrant and amazing. And if you're thinking what I initially thought when I was offered this drink, that's a really weird thought to put peppermint and beetroot, first of all in a tea, but also to then combine that with coconut milk. Sounds quite bizarre, but just trust the process. It's so good. And you can already see the beetroot in there starting to change the colour of the tea to that gorgeous pink. Let me tip it up so you can have a better look. So I'm going to leave that to infuse now for 4 hours. I'm going to come back and show you the result of that in 4 hours time, so stay tuned for that. But also in this box we've got the Edinburgh Rock as well. So in a lot of our teas, for each of these boxes for August Tea Tasting Club, we've got lots of our store blends. So if you weren't aware, we do have loads of different stores across the UK now. I'm actually losing count. I think there's 19 stores now. And each one of those stores has its very own blend. So we have our Brighton Rock, which is obviously our Brighton store blend. We have Edinburgh Rock, which is our Edinburgh store blend. We've got a Yorkshire Rose over here for our York store. The list goes on. So if you've got a store near you, make sure to check out what the tea is for that store. It's super fun. And you never know, it might be your favourite. So you can only get those teas in the store itself. So each store will only stock its own tea. You can also get all of those teas on our website. If you plan to make a special visit to our Nest store, then the Nest store in Goring by Sea actually do stock all of the teas. So you can try them all there as well, which is great. So in the Edinburgh Rock, we have a Chinese white tea. So it's quite light in caffeine, quite a delicate flavour. White tea is the youngest tea leaves on the Camellia sinensis tea plant. It's only harvested once a year, and it's the first harvest of the year. And if you look closely at the tea leaves, they're little and soft, and that's my way of remembering that these are like the baby leaves of the tea plant. So it's quite light in caffeine and quite high in antioxidants, and that's because they go for the least processing of a lot of the teas here on our tea wall. So they're just plucked and they're left gently to dry. So in the white tea here, we've got the Chinese white tea as its base. Then we have the apple pieces, rose hip, licorice, freeze-dried raspberry, hibiscus and sunflower petals. So a really gorgeous colourful blend once again. I can really smell it. What is that? It's what it always smells like. I can smell that raspberry, I think. It's lovely. Oh. You got to give that one a try. It's so fruity. I love looking at the pieces of real like chunky fruit in there that are freeze dried as well, because it just shows how much flavour must be in these teas, and I can vouch for that for sure. This one would make a really nice cold brew as well. You could use coconut milk, oat milk, you could use lemonade, sparkling water. It's completely up to you. And lastly in this box we have our Coco Cabana cooler. This tea is so old now. We've loved it for years. And this one has got apple pieces, hibiscus, rose hip, air dried pineapple. It's also got some pineapple sugar, and it has orange peel as well. Another caffeine free one. That is a fruit tea. So 3 really delicious flavours for you to try. The colours are fusing already. Every 5 minutes you can just see it getting stronger, but I mustn't give in to temptation. I need to wait 4 hours before I try it. So let's try it at the end of this video. Let's move on to our gourmet box next. Right, so in this month's gourmet box, we have some lovely teas for our more traditional tea drinkers. They're still a bit weird and wonderful though. So they are all black teas. So black tea is kind of our most well-known tea type. It's what you'd get in your Great British Cuppa or your Builder's Brew. And all of these teas actually have a Sri Lankan black tea as their base. So in this box we have our monkey chops, we have salted caramel chai, and we also have our Yorkshire Rose tea as well. Like I said earlier, Yorkshire Rose is another store blend. So today I'm going to show you how to make an iced salted caramel chai. I know it's boiling hot summer now, but autumn and spooky season is just right around the corner, so we might as well start getting into the chai vibes whilst we're here, because I feel like it's going to be a hot autumn at this rate. So I'm going to teach you how to make an iced chai, just so you're nice and prepared for that. You can still enjoy all those chai vibes, even if it is still hot out. So this is going to be an iced tea, so you'll get to learn the difference between the cold brew bottle, cold brew tea that we made earlier, and the iced tea that I'm going to show you how to make now. So to make an iced tea, you're going to need to make a tea concentrate first. So a tea concentrate is a very strong, rich tea. And I'm going to use my Brudini to do that. These are our Brudinis. This is an extra large one, but we do have a regular one as well. Lid comes up like so. It's basically like a fancy teapot. You've got all this room to see the beautiful tea brewing inside. The lid can come off like so, the strainer can come out of the inside. So if you want to put it in the dishwasher, you can. They're really hardy. I love mine. I've had it for years and it's never failed me. It makes loose leaf very easy. So to make a tea concentrate, as a general rule, we like to use 2 teaspoons of tea per 150 millilitres of water. So I'm going to pop 2 teaspoons of the salted caramel tea in my Brudini. There we go. And then after that, I'm going to take some boiling water, because this is a black tea. I'm going to add 150 millilitres of that boiling water in there like so. And I'm going to allow that to brew for 4 minutes, so bear with me whilst we wait for that to brew. Whilst it brews, I'm going to talk you through all the ingredients in these lovely blends. So in our salted caramel, oh, it smells so good. And in this one we have the Sri Lankan black tea as its base, and we also have ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, licorice, black peppercorns as well. And this is kind of like a medium caffeine. If you can handle a Great British Cuppa, you'll be able to handle this in terms of caffeine. And don't be put off by it having licorice in it if you're not a licorice fan. Licorice is actually used as a natural sweetener a lot of the time, so you actually can't taste any licorice in this tea at all. But it's a super delicious blend, which we'll get to try in a minute. You can enjoy all of these teas hot or iced as well, don't forget. So in our second tea, in the gourmet box, we have our monkey chops. Again, this is a super old tea. We've had this one for years and we absolutely love it. This is a Sri Lankan black tea as its base. It also has freeze-dried banana, calendula petals, desiccated coconut and vanilla pieces. So quite a relatively simple recipe as well, which is quite nice because you know all the ingredients that are in there. It's really delicious. If you're a banana fan, especially those like spongy, foamy bananas we used to eat all with the kids, if you like those, you'll love this. It's so good. So nice, I love it. And then last of all, we have the Yorkshire Rose, which is our York store blend. And in this one, we have a Sri Lankan black tea, we have apple pieces, hibiscus, rose hip, rose petals, and freeze-dried rhubarb as well. And the overwhelming smell of rhubarb I have coming through is so lovely. This is such an impressive tea, and it looks so pretty with the big chunky pieces of rhubarb next to the gorgeous floral rose. Oh, I love that. I'd love to have that on ice with lemonade personally. It looks incredible. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes and my Brudini is done brewing our gorgeous salted caramel chai. I'm just going to show you now how to strain your Brudini. So I've got a glass with some ice here, and I'm just going to sit the Brudini on top of the mug, and you'll see this is why we call it a gravity steeper, because it all strains through the bottom, lift it up, it stops. And I'm going to use some oat milk for this one. So I've got some oat milk here, I'm going to give it a good shake and just add that right on top. If you do have one of our handheld milk and matcha frothers, definitely give that milk a nice foam and add it on the top like so, and it just makes it all the more delicious. Look at that. Perfect way to enjoy an iced chai. If you still want to get into autumn season a little bit early, then you can crack on with an iced chai instead. You don't just have to have the hot drinks, and it's so delicious. Let me know which one was your favourite out of all 3 of these teas from the gourmet box. That's so nice. I can really taste that kind of creamy cinnamon kind of chai flavour coming through, but also with a little bit of a kick as well from those black peppercorns, which is really nice on the throat. It's really delicious. I couldn't recommend this blend enough. It's one of my favourite chais that we have here at Bird & Blend, so let me know what you think. next up we're going to be talking through our caffeine-free box. So if you're a caffeine-free fan, this is the perfect box for you. So we've got all of our naturally caffeine-free teas in here, and in this box we have 2 fruit teas and 1 herbal tea. So we have our Deck Chair Dreaming, we have our Sangria, and we have our Cocoa Cabana Cooler. So in this session I'm going to be teaching you how to make a Sangria iced tea. So feel free to recreate this recipe at home. If you want to add alcohol to yours, then you're absolutely welcome to, but I'm going to make mine as a little mocktail today. So once again, to make a tea concentrate, we are going to take our brewdini, and I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of our Sangria tea, like so. And because it's a fruit tea, I'm going to be topping it up with boiling water straight from the kettle, and I'm going to be doing 150 millilitres once again. There we go. And I'm going to let that brew for 4 minutes, and whilst that brews I'm going to talk you through all the ingredients in our lovely teas here. So in our sangria we have some hibiscus, apple pieces, rosehip, orange peel, cardamom and lime peel as well. So a really delicious mixture of lovely citrusy kind of blends. It smells so fresh. You can smell that kind of tartness coming through there as well. And I'm going to be making this one with a splash of sparkling water and orange juice iced. So it should be a really lovely recipe for you to enjoy in the sunshine, especially if you're someone that's alcohol free or sober curious or trying to cut down on alcohol. I always feel that iced teas and cold brew teas are a really nice way to kind of combat that craving for a different kind of drink, that you can enjoy a really delicious drink this summer. And it doesn't have to have alcohol in it if you do not want it to. So give these a go and let me know which one are your favourite. Next up we have our Cocoa Cabana Cooler over here, which we touched on earlier, which is another fruit tea with apple pieces, hibiscus, rosehip, air-dried pineapple, sugar and orange peel as well. So I love this one, it's so delicious. And every time that I buy this at home I have to be really strict with myself because all the little pineapple pieces in there are so nice just to pick out and eat. So try not to be like me and actually enjoy it in your tea instead of just have a little snack on the side. So good. And last of all, we have our Deck Chair Dreaming, which is a bit of an iconic bird and blend. Lots of people absolutely love this blend, and I'm sure some of you have tried it before. And this one is a herbal blend. It's got chamomile, apple pieces, rosehip, linden blossom, hibiscus and orange peel. So a really nice kind of fruity mixture. If you love our Daisy Girl tea, then you'll love this one too. I like to think of this one as Daisy Girl's slightly fruitier sister with all those lovely fruit pieces in there for you to enjoy. So good. The perfect bedtime tea if you ask me. I prefer this one to the Daisy Girl, which is a slight bit of an unpopular opinion because I know how popular the Daisy Girl is. So try them both and let me know which one your favourite is. But this is another lovely blend that's really nice to have cold brewed or as a hot tea before bed. It's completely up to you. In the hot summer months I like to have a bottle of this made up in a cold brew bottle with just some water in it, and it's a really lovely treat. If I get too hot in the night and I wake up and I need a nice drink, then that's always there waiting for me, so you can give that one a try as well. Okay, so it's been 4 minutes now. Time to strain our brewdini. You can really see all those lovely red colours coming through there from the hibiscus in our sangria. And I'm just going to get a glass with some ice. Here we go. So I've picked a kind of fancy cocktail glass here. And once again, if you do have a cocktail shaker at home, just pop that ice into your cocktail shaker, strain your tea, give it a shake and pop it into your glass just to speed up that cooling down process. But if you're like me and you haven't got one today, then we can just strain the tea straight in to your glass like so with the ice. And that will cool down pretty quickly anyway. Now from here, I'm going to take some sparkling water and just top it up like so. And I'm going to make sure that I've left a little bit of space with some orange juice on the top to really create that sangria feel. Of course you can skip this step if you'd like to. This is just a fun recipe that I like to make sometimes when I'm having guests around for maybe a little mocktail night. And if you've got any extra fruit, you can add in some little orange slices, whatever you fancy to this. But it looks so delicious. If you've got a steady hand, you can create that gradient as well. That is so nice. It's really fresh and light and tastes super hydrating, which is exactly what I need on a day as hot as it is today. So I really hope these drinks help to cool you down as much as they're helping me. And before we wrap things up for the end of this month's Tea Tasting Club, we can't forget about trying our lovely Brighton Rock tea. I can't wait to try it. You can really see how much that colour has developed into that coconut milk already. I've been letting this brew for 4 hours. I thought if I was at home, I'd just let it brew overnight because then I'd have to think about it. It's just in the fridge, ready to go in the morning. So let's give this a try. Got a little glass here. I'm just going to try a little bit of this. I've still got all of my other teas to drink here from our sangria. But let me give it a go. So as you can see, that strainer inside the cold brew bottle stops all the tea leaves from coming through into your drink, so you can just enjoy it worry-free. Let's give it a go. I love that. It's so good. If you like our other blend, Buttermint, or if you like buttermints or murray mints in real life, then you'll love this one too. It's kind of, well, it tastes exactly like Brighton Rock really. It's got that sweet kind of candified taste from the rock, but it also has that kind of peppermint element coming through. It's so good. Yeah, it's literally exactly like Brighton Rock, without rotting your teeth, which is always a plus. So give that a go and let me know what you think of that one. Thank you so much for joining me for August's Tea Tasting Club. I really hope you've enjoyed all of the different blends in all 3 of our boxes for this month. Give these blends a try and let us know which one your favourite is. If you recreate any of these recipes, make sure to tag us on socials so we can see your gorgeous creations. And make sure to be following us on socials as well so you can follow along for any exciting recipes that might be coming your way. And we will see you for September's box next month.